What's the most toxic thing you've ever done?
I probably just snatched her wig off and threw it in the crowd or something. I don't do toxic stuff because if you get me doing toxic stuff, we ain't gonna work. I don't like toxic, baby.
Yeah, women like that toxic shit. It just is what it is. That's why they stay in those relationships where it's exciting. You know, toxicity breeds excitement. It's just how they wired. Me personally, I agree with my man. No toxicity, not around me. I like my peace. I like my tranquility. I like the chill and I like the vibe. That's it.
Why were you late?
The line at the door.
There is a huge line outside the courthouse. It's bizarre.
So let me just tell you my experience with the line outside, right? And people will say, Judge, you don't have to wait in line. You just go through. I understand that. But do you know, in walking up to the door, there was a guy who was walking next to me and he said, you know, I'm trying to find which court I belong to. Can you help? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm walking that way right now. And I said, you're sure here early? He's like, yes, because I know there's always going to be a line. So I don't know why we're pretending like we know that they're not lying.
We ran to the other side and it was shorter on the other side because there ain't no parking lot.
You know where the shortest line is?
No.
If you go to the civil courthouse, there is usually no line by the fountain at the back, and there's usually no line in the front. And then what you do, once you get on the civil side and you get in, you go to the basement, take the elevators up, and then go around past the cafeteria, take those elevators, and you're on this side.
Thank you.
Did you follow my complicated directions?
No, yeah, the cafeteria. I know where they take you.
Yes,
walking down
the
there.
red brick building is connected with this building through a tunnel.
Yeah, I've been down there before.
All right. So are you asking for a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
We
All
are.
right. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, Norman, can we place this on the same date, I guess, August 12th for impact?
What's up?
All right. And I need a acknowledgement of discovery. So y'all will sign that.
We'll take care of that, Judge.
All right. And your jury trial is going to be August 12th.
Impact.
Michael, I'd like the color of your suit.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Tell your wife, good job.
Yeah, it's her. She did it.
Tell her I said hi.
I sure will. Sounds good. Have a seat for a second and I'll get you that, please.
Okay. I'm all about accountability, but if everybody listened to her advice, then there will still be a line because there's no shortage of people that need to be in line. I'm not saying that, yes, you know, hold yourself accountable to be on time as best as you can, but sometimes in reality, there is a valid excuse and you would have to allow that person to be human enough to have that excuse. Most times there's not an excuse, but sometimes there are, so he was a little harsh.
Hey, bye. Give me the balloon. You gonna let me pop you? Why? How am I tweaking? Yes, that's exactly what I want to do. Yes, that's exactly what I want to do.
Cannot take rejection. It's crazy. Women can't take rejection. Like, she wanted him, but he don't want her, and they don't know how to, like, accept that. You know, it's like, what do you, like, how you gonna stop him from popping the balloon? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like,
Toxic trait is I feel like I deserve princess treatment at all times, and if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna go get it somewhere else.
okay. I had to look at her toes. Hold on.
My toxic trait is I feel like I deserve princess treatment at all times, and if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna go get it somewhere else.
Okay. Not with toes like that. You don't get princess treatment with toes like that. And on top of that, that princess treatment is for your daddy to give you. Okay. When you you know, your dad is supposed to be the king, you supposed to be the princess, right? But when it's a king and queen dynamic, you need to let go of that bratty princess treatment idea if you want to find a qualified man and begin to operate in queendom. You have to change your whole mindset and start operating in a position that you really want to hold. If you want to hold a princess position, then you need to go find your daddy, your real daddy, you know, and let him treat you like a princess, because your man is supposed to treat you like a queen, which comes with standards. But I'll keep on moving.
My bitches, like I said, act deaf, dumb, and blind when a nigga try to holler at you or talk to you. You shouldn't even be responding. There should be no reason why you saying no or answering a question or, you know, rejecting him. Even if you're rejecting him, I don't want you to do it verbally. You do it with a complete silence. That's how you reject him, with silence. A fish will never get caught if it doesn't open its mouth. You should not be talking to your next door neighbor. Why are you talking to the next door neighbor? Just because he asks you a simple ass question, you feel the need to answer it? Nah, you bugging. See, that's how your neighbors start fucking your bitch. She over to the neighbor's house getting piped down. Cause you got a friendly chick, you thinking she home sleeping, but she really not. That's it. And now some women might be like, well, that's kind of weird for somebody to talk to you and not, I can't talk back. No, she's an idiot for even thinking like that. You weird if you are talking to a stranger and you got a man.
I could get where dude coming from. Like I understand where he coming from. My whole thing is this. I think that there should be a understanding of what is too much and what is not enough. And so for me, in a relationship, I'm trusting that my woman respects me enough to know what is too friendly and what isn't too friendly. I see where he's coming from, but I think that there's a level of insecurity when it comes to that on his part. Because if someone, I guess he's talking about when your presence isn't known, but if my woman knows somebody, I'm gonna know him too. You know, oh yeah, this is our neighbor. Oh, okay, what's good, homie? You know, but my woman wouldn't be just sitting there having casual conversation with a male neighbor. That just would not. I think that I wouldn't go as far as to say nothing. I get why he say that though. I wouldn't go as far as to say nothing, but I would have an expectation that you would understand what too much is. Fraternizing over there, I don't appreciate that, and so you're gonna have to stop that. And then if there's a pushback from that, then I go, oh, okay, well, you keep on doing what you have to do, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna understand, like, my whatever coming your way, God made it come your way. Let's see, can you handle this before I do this to you? Hit you with it. So if you can't handle this, are you gonna get swallowed for the rest of your life?
I say this all the time. Real men overcome adversity. We're defined by it. Is what it means to be a man. You're a problem solver. That's just the thing about it. And the best of the best can predict things. The average ones, they react. Problem has to come first for them to react to. The best of the best, they see it coming a mile away. They know what the real is. That's what it is, though. That's how God tests you.
It's what is like your perspective and how do you perceive like your relationship and your gender roles when it comes to your woman?
I feel like in a perfect world, you know, I want the traditional sense. You know, I'll be able to take care of you, but you know, shit happens. And so if I'm down, I need a helping hand. I need you to be there to be able to help me.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, boo.
And our last guy over here, the answer to her question.
Yeah, to answer your question, I'm more so traditional, but I am like, I do agree with teamwork, you know what I'm saying? So like if you cooking, I'm washing dishes, you know what I'm saying? If you washing clothes, I'm folding, drying, and whatnot. So, you know, it's just you know, helping each other out. You know, that's it.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Okay. All right. You know what time it is? It is time to pop a balloon.
Okay.
Okay, let's stay right over here. Why'd you end up popping his?
Honestly, it was just first off, me having to repeat the question. Second off, then it was the answer. So I felt like you could have definitely, if you had a better answer, then I could have like, you know, sidetracked that first part, but I hate repeating myself.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So why did you have your balloon unpop for her?
Is she cute? Cool.
Okay.
You know, she's smart though. She well put together. You know, she had a lot going on.
All right, so we do have 2 guys left. Guys, any questions for our girl here? There's one down there. We'll be back. Come on over.
I'm scared.
All right, what's our question?
Yeah, do you have any kids?
I do. I have one, and he's 2 years old.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so kids are a deal breaker?
Yeah, it's just the kids, especially at that young of an age. Yeah, it's just not something I'm, you know. Yeah. That's it. But beautiful girl though. I definitely, you know, I would approach you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, he is my type. Yeah. No. But it's okay. Can't change
Thank
that.
you. Right. And then our guy over here ended up popping as well. Why'd we end up popping?
Only because of that, man. You feel me? Well, traditional man, I want my woman to come pure. I don't care about the whole societal thing with the bodies and shit like that. You feel me? That I really don't give a fuck about type shit. You feel me? But it's like, having to start with another person's child and shit, and things that come with it and stuff like that. You feel me? I want to start my own family from scratch. And I had raised in a full household. My brother and sister, everybody, my parents stayed together, and you know what I'm saying? It's just I have that moral in me. I just can't. And it's I wish, but you can't change shit sometimes.
And I get that, especially with you growing up in a two-parent household. I completely understand that because that is a very valid foundation and principle on how you look on relationships. I grew up in a single mom household, so I completely understand where you're coming from, and I accept that. So that's good that you know that by yourself. I love that you have your boundaries.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You go stunning.
Thank you.
Do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, unfortunately, that is all the balloons popped. So we do thank you for coming on. Let's give it up for her, guys. I'll take this mic. Thank you.
There's a lot I could say about this video, but what I will say is shout out to them brothers for holding the goddamn line. All right, we're not taking nobody kids. That is out. That's game over. No ma'am. I'm sorry. And the thing about it is that everybody, she was a little baddie, you know. But once he asked that one qualifying question, do you have kids? And she said yes, that was game over. And now they know that. They know that no matter how bad you are, that's why I appreciate the balloon contest shit. No matter how bad you are, kids will take you down at least 4 numbers. That means a certified 10 turned to a 6 automatically. She had to be like, I give her, because she look kind of old, I give her like a solid 7. I give her a solid 7. But when you start getting into that 3 range, because you got that baby and a baby daddy with a young kid, homie, the tall dude, just based off of his answer, I could tell he's probably dealt with a single mama before. And he probably got his heart broke by a single mama because he knew too damn well that it was like, look, the kid too young, so I know you still fucking your baby daddy. And that's probably what he had to go through. But I respect that them dudes held the line for sure.
Nah, it's never what you said. It's always what you did. But it usually leads to them living a tough life. Tough is not my goal, man. I don't care about that, bro. You know what's gangster to me? Is to live the way you want to live. To not have to answer to people to change things.
Every time I see a 50 Cent video, I always watch it. I think that his words are worth hearing. Just the game that he drops and the way that he thinks in such a strategic manner. I think that everything he does, everything he speaks on is worth listening to.
Please everybody. When I learned I can't please everybody, my life was great. I don't care what you think about me. I don't give a fuck. Because you can't let the world dictate who you are.
And it's only right to have Tony Yayo right back after that. Tony Yayo is 100% correct. That's why me personally, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Cause I'm gonna do me. I don't live my life to please nobody. I only do what I want to do, for sure. You can call it selfish, you can call it what you want. But trust me, you will bleed yourself dry and it still won't be enough to please some people. So why worry about it?
This lady did that?
Your Honor,
She looks so sweet.
No, you darn near need to get the bailiff in here. I can't. She's very abusive. She can play the funk.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna throw nothing at me, are you?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay. Well, he said you went upside his head. I just want to make sure you don't try to go upside mine.
You know, it was a rough day that day. You know, Your Honor, I'm diagnosed bipolar, and I was just having a really rough day. And our child, she was just really just crying all day, and I just needed a little bit of help. And he was just saying he couldn't help me at home, and so that's why I just kind of acted out.
Oh, okay. So it was an isolated incident?
Huh?
Was it an isolated incident?
I'm sorry. When she get her foot going like that, I just say it again.
My dog is traumatized.
Like, did that happen one time?
No.
She's going upside your head numbers of times.
Numbers, dozens.
My dog was traumatized. He knows that she is not to be played with, and this act she putting on right now is all fake. That is crazy. I blame him, boy. You better not be in an abusive relationship letting a girl beat your ass like that. For real. Fight back.
I'm fucked up about life. Sometimes we meet people to show them what true, unconditional love is. And sometimes those people met us to show us not to be so naive with that true unconditional love. And there's a lesson in that. Hopefully that person goes on and treats somebody the way you treated them. And hopefully you go on understanding that not everybody deserves the kind of love that you have. It's a hard lesson. It's one where both people benefit, but in the moment it feels like somebody used you. It's just life. Sometimes we feel as though we lose, but in the end we truly win. Because we helped another person see the light, and they had to show us the dark. And that's a fact.
I get what my man's trying to say, 100%. I was having this conversation with my mom the other day. One thing I don't do is get in God's way. And I think that you as a person, no matter who you are, if you keep healthy boundaries and make sure people respect those boundaries and you articulate it clearly, like this is a boundary that you are not allowed to pass and I'm not playing with you. I'm willing to sacrifice the relationship if you do not respect my boundaries. Why? Because these are my boundaries and I don't play about them. If you do that, you can love as much as you freaking want, but just make sure that no one crosses those personal, and everybody's boundaries is different. Make sure no one crosses those personal boundaries and you defend those boundaries at all costs. Otherwise, you're going to be the enabler. And the thing about it is that people who feel like they're doing the right thing don't realize that they're doing the wrong thing, because sometimes people have to learn from their mistakes. It's just important to understand that sometimes people have to hit the pavement before they can wake up and make the necessary change within themselves. And so you saving them and helping them is only delaying them from being able to realize the true version of themselves, because they got to hit rock bottom before they can realize that. That's just some people. So enabling is just as worse as being a person that's a user. You can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. It's a cohesive relationship. So if you're the enabler, yes, you have to realize you are enabling someone and take accountability for that and make the necessary adjustments. Why? Because you refuse to defend your boundaries at all costs. So when that person encroached into your boundary and they didn't make the necessary, you didn't tell them, hey, don't cross here, and you just accepted it, that's when the enabling begins. And you think that you're doing the right thing by that, but you're not. You're conditioning that person in the wrong way. But we'll keep on moving.
Your ass was gonna be fucking off on me. Why the fuck you came back to me? Please answer that. Please answer that. Please. Please answer that. If you know you gonna still be fucking with the nigga you left, why the fuck did you come back, bitch? Why did you come back? Why did you come back? Why did you come back and waste my fucking time?
I blame him. And the way that he's reacting, I see why she cheated on him. He's so emotional about the situation instead of doing the self-reflection that he needs to do to figure out why he allowed that and why in his energy, what in him makes her think that it's okay to operate like that. She obviously doesn't respect you. So I know it has shown up in other ways that he's completely ignored. So, I blame him. I mean, she's wrong too. Don't get me wrong. She's fucking wrong. 100%. But I like to hold men accountable because we profess to be the leaders. So lead, nigga.